These are device settings. When you go into the 3-bar menu, you can see your fishing spots, fishing tracks, manual fishing tracks. So right now I have all these. One I did one at Cattail Cove the other day. Thompson Bay to the channel. I did that one the other day. Like that one's... Your fishing tracks are like your recorded fishing tracks. I only recorded one fishing track. I think doing manual tracks is way easier because you don't have to do the work and then find out where you're supposed to be. We start compass calibration. That's very easy. I mean, we're not going to do that right now because we've already calibrated it and it's already extremely accurate. Erase all remote control is something you want to do if you need to repair a new remote or you get a new remote and it's not wanting to pair. You can go in the app, connect it, press erase all remote control, and it will clear all remote control settings from either manual remotes like this and phone and Bluetooth connection devices. So we're going to do that real quick. Say I lost my remote, I didn't get a new one, and I got a new one and it's, I don't know, it's not wanting to pair through the pair process. We can do erase all remote control. It's going to say all program RCs will be erased. Are you sure? So yeah, all programmed remote controls will be erased. So we erase it. Now if you notice, this thing does not work. It will not work. You have to go through the pair process. The pair process is you have to go and press, this time you have to go and press this. Hold this. You heard that descending beep after we started to back up? That was the repairing. Working again. So the anchor gain settings are going to be labeled something different now. There were like kayak, small boat, and large boat, and really that's okay. People kind of get it, but really what it should be is calm water, standard, and then heavy current or wind. So it'll be changed to those settings for the 3 default settings, and then you'll always have your custom option where you can put it anywhere on the line you want. But I'll be using the old terminology in this video since this was just recently sprung on me. Now say that, and we're just out here on our merry way, and we're like, oh, this is a great place to anchor. So now we're in large boat mode. Now watch the difference between the kayak mode and then how aggressive this thing turns us. See that? That really actually wasn't that bad. I could live with this. But the whole thing with the large boat setting is that in small boats like these, a lot of times it'll overcorrect and it'll try to correct itself and it'll overcorrect because the thing is pushing a bigger boat, so it gives a little bit more thrust to get that boat moving. We talked about how size and weight of boat matters tremendously with the motor thrust. So the boat doesn't weigh much. Go ahead and change it down to kayak. It's also very important to remember that the size of the trolling motor will affect what setting you have on. So say you have a small boat and you have a 30-pound trolling motor, you're probably going to want to keep it on the large boat setting. You're not going to want that motor to go any lower. But if you have a 55-pound trolling motor on a boat this small, you need to change the gauge setting down because that motor will likely, it's too powerful for the watercraft. So as far as I will ever keep it, because this thing is very much like the weight of a kayak, is that, see, now look how calm it is. Now I had it on small boat, and that's about the highest I would actually use it here. Small boat, if you just want it a little bit more aggressive, like the kayak setting just ain't pulling you on point too much or is getting drug, you can put it farther up. Or again, you can always use the custom gain. Anti-cord wrap mode, simply, if that thing starts wrapping up, it senses it and it turns it around. It knows it's only supposed to turn so many times around in one direction before it seizes up. So for that reason, you enable it. I don't know why you would disable it, just keep it on. The one thing I did not cover in the video for whatever reason was stern mode. And stern mode is simply, it's mounted on the stern. And then obviously left becomes right and right becomes left when it's on the stern to turn the boat. And so when you put it in stern mode, the buttons become that. So left becomes right, right becomes left on the remote. A lot of people were just flipping the remote upside down and turning it that way, and then it actually worked that way. But in the app, you'll be able to just control it right and left. And then some of the things, obviously, people are concerned about anchor mode only being in the stern and complaining that you can't push nav motor routes to the stern. So there is no GPS technology out there at all. The most advanced out there from Minn Kota, Garmin, Lowrance, none of them push from the stern, not one. And the reason why is because it's pointless. It essentially just shows that the user is too lazy to make a bow plate or some sort of bow mod, which would dramatically increase the performance. With a stern mount mode, you would have to be doing a whole lot of extra things around your boat, probably multiple GPS units to find where the front is and where the back is, and for the back to autocorrect and hope it autocorrects. And like, there's too many things going on there. It's not worth anybody's time to ever do. People say there's a market for it, but really, those people who say there's a market for it, respectfully to you, you just need to grit down and make a bow plate if you want those features. And it's totally, bow plates or bow mods are totally doable on pretty much anything.